Good morning, dear students. Today, we will be doing chapter number 9, Up You Go. 2nd February 1984. Mountaineering Camp. Nehru Institute of Mountaineering, Uttarkashi. We were at the mountaineering camp and were very excited. 20 of us were teachers from Kendra Vidyalaya. There were other women from banks and other institutions. Today was the second day of the camp. In the morning, as I got out of the bed and put my foot down, I screamed in pain. I remembered yesterday's 26-kilometer walk with a heavy rucksack on my back. I was afraid to go back to that steep climb and the rough, narrow path. With tears in my eyes, I started walking slowly towards the room of Brigadier Gyan Singh, the director of our adventure course. I was thinking of what I would say to excuse myself from that day's trek. Suddenly, I heard his deep voice from behind. "Madam, what are you doing here at breakfast time? Hurry up, otherwise you will have to trek on an empty stomach." Sir, I could not say any more. "You have come to tell me that you have blisters on your feet, that you cannot walk, isn't it?" "Yes, sir. That is nothing new. Now get ready quickly." I hung my head and rushed back to get ready. I had just turned when I heard his voice again. "Listen, madam, you will lead group number 7. You will have to help any member who has difficulty climbing the mountains. You have already been told about the responsibilities of a group leader in the mountains." A big responsibility. I started thinking about what a leader must do. Help others in carrying their bags. Let the group go ahead and keep to the last. Help those who cannot climb properly. Find a good place to stop and rest. Look after those who are not well. Arrange for food for the group. The most important thing is to be ready to be punished even when someone else may have made a mistake. I realized that there was a special kind of discipline here. I wonder whether the camp will still be fun. 5 February 1984. Crossing the river. We got vitamin C, iron tablets and hot chocolate milk with our breakfast. These were given for strength and to keep us warm in the cold. Every morning there would be medical checkup. We tied our bandages and counted the days left. After an 8-kilometer trek, we reached a river. There was a thick rope tied across the river from one bank to the other. The rope was tightly fixed to the pegs or pythons on both the sides. I was feeling nervous. I started thinking what would happen if the rope came out. I was trying to estimate how wide the river was. Our instructor tied a rope around his waist and put a sling, that is, a type of a hook, in it. He then put the sling on the thick rope tied across the river. Walking through the icy water, he went to the other side. No one was ready to step into the fast-flowing river. Everyone was pushing each other to go first. I stood last in the line, hoping that no one would see me. Just then, our instructor came near me with the sling and the rope in his hands. I knew there was no escape now. I was ready, but did not have the courage. Sir could guess my fears. He called out loudly, 3 cheers for Sangeeta madam. And before I knew it, someone had gently pushed me into the water. I felt as if my feet were frozen. I started shivering, my teeth were chattering. I caught hold of the rope and started putting my feet firmly on the riverbed. As I walked further in, the river got deeper and slowly the water reached up to my neck. In the middle of the river, I lost my balance and started slipping. I was so scared and felt so cold that the rope slipped from my hands. I started shouting for help. I was sure I would be carried away by the river. But no, I found that I was tied with the rope to the sling. Hold the rope, hold the rope. I could hear the shouts. I somehow managed to get hold of the rope and pull myself forward. Slowly, with some courage, I reached the river bank. I felt a special kind of happiness as I came out of the water. Happiness on finishing a challenging task. 10th February 1984. Rock climbing. We had to climb 15 kilometers to reach Tekla village. It was at a height of 1600 meters. Our rucksacks had all that we may need: food packets, water bottle, rope, hook, plastic sheet, diary, torch, towel, soap, wind cheater, whistle, glucose, jaggery, chana, and some other snacks. We could see fruits and vegetables growing in the steppe fields. We saw Colonel Ram Singh standing on a 90 meters high flat rock with pegs and ropes. We had been told to first observe the rock carefully and identify holes, places where we can put our hands and feet. Today, I was not going to back out. I stood first in the line. Our instructor tied a rope around his waist. He put the sling and held the thick rope which was hanging. He started climbing as if he was running up. I also put my sling, but as I took my first step, I slipped, and there I was, swinging from the rope. Keep your body at an angle of 90 degrees while climbing, I heard. Keep your back straight. Do not bend. Keeping this in mind, I imagined the rock as the flat ground and started to climb up. Again, while coming down, we had to use the rope in a special way called rappelling. I did this with the same fearlessness. 14th February 1984. A funny incident. It was evening. Kondonbi was feeling hungry. We did not have anything to eat. She jumped over the fence and got into a field. She quickly plucked 2 big cucumbers and came back. Just then, a woman came from behind and caught hold of her bag. She started saying something to Kondonbi in her own language. We could not understand what she was saying. Kondonbi was trying to explain in her Mizo language, which we could not understand. I tried to explain in Hindi, but neither of them could understand it. Finally, I folded my hands to say that we were sorry. By then, our group had gone far ahead. It was already dark. I thought we had lost our way. Now we were really scared. We could not see anything even with our torches. I started sweating even though it was cold. I tightly held Khandonbi's hand. I called out loudly, "Where are you all? Can you hear me?" My voice echoed in the mountains. We both started to whistle loudly and flashed our torches. Probably the group had noticed that we were missing. We heard some whistles at a distance. I understood the signal. We held each other's hand tightly and waited. Khandonbi felt that we should keep talking. She started singing a Mizo song loudly. After some time, we saw them coming towards us. At last, we were with the group again. 15th February 1984. A special guest. After dinner, we met a special guest, Bachendri Pal. She had just been selected as a part of the team to climb Mount Everest. She had come to seek the blessings of Brigadier Gyan Singh. It was a happy evening. We were all singing. Bachendri also joined us in singing and dancing on the famous Pahadi song Bedu Paako Barumasa Kafla Paako Cheta Meri Chela. At that time, we had no idea that Bachendri would become the first Indian woman to reach Mount Everest and create history. 18th February 1984. Camp in the snow. We were standing at a height of 2,134 meters. We were to spend the night here. Everyone was busy trying to put up the tent. We used double-layered plastic sheets for the tent and for the ground. The air between the layers would help to keep us warm. We put in the pegs and began to put up the tent. As we tied it from one side, the wind flew the tent from the other side. After quite a lot of pulling and tugging, we managed to get the tent up. Then we dug a drain around the tent. We were feeling very hungry. We collected some firewoods and stones to make a chula and cooked some food. After the meal, we collected all the waste in a bag to clean the campsite. Soon we got into our sleeping bags. I was not sure if I would be able to sleep in it. Would it be comfortable? Would I not feel cold? But the bags were filled with soft feathers, which helped in keeping us warm. We were all very tired, so very soon we fell asleep. The next morning, we woke up and found that it was snowing. White, soft, fluffy snowflakes were gently falling. Wow! It was so beautiful. The plants, the trees, the grass, and the mountain. Everything looked white. Today, we were to climb higher to 2,700 meters. We walked carefully on the snow with the help of sticks. It was difficult because we kept slipping. By afternoon, we had reached snow-covered mountains. We enjoyed throwing snowballs at each other and making a big snowman. 21 February 1984. Last day at camp. We were getting ready for the campfire. Each group presented a program. We were enjoying telling jokes and laughing, singing and dancing around the campfire. Soon it was midnight. Brigadier Gyan Singh got up and called me. I thought, oh no, what have I done this time? But when Sir announced my name for the Best Performance Award, I stood still. He blessed me and tears of joy rolled down my face. So thank you, students. That's all for today's class. Have a good day.